And finally, we have changing an existing data source. So from the data sources menu here, this table is going to list out the data sources that you already have added to your analytics space. And some of these are one-time uploads, and you can't really change those. They're a one and done. However, for ones that sync on a schedule, you can change a few things about them. So by clicking on a row here, I get a better view of the actual data source setup. And I can choose to add or remove modules and fields as needed. One warning with removing modules is any reports, query tables, anything else that's built using those modules will get sent to the trash, at which point they get cleared after 30 days or so. So if you're going to remove something, you have to be extra sure that it's not going to affect anything else, and then you can remove it. You can also manually sync the data if you need this data to be up to date right away. One note is if the data sync is already in progress, you won't be able to sync the data or edit the setup until that data sync has completed, and then it's freed up for access again. Over here, you have the sync history. So I just set this up today. So there's just one success. But over time, it will list all the successes and failures if for whatever reason it failed to sync in this calendar view here. And if it fails to sync, I think by default it's 5 times in a row, you will get an error. And this sync history place is a good place to start for debugging that error to see what's up. Lastly, you have the audit history here. Not super interesting because it's just me right now. But if you had 2 Zoho admins, you can see what kind of changes have been done to the sync over time. For example, and this isn't super common, but if user 2 removed a module that had all my reports, I could see that action in this audit history here and have a conversation with user 2. Finally, there is an occasion where you might need to re-authenticate your data source. The previous authentication expired for whatever reason. For some sources, it can stop working. That's okay. It'll just be a temporary interruption, and then you can re-authenticate and get your real-time reporting back again. But this is where you would go if the connection breaks for any reason. And so that's it for my tour on data sources in Zoho Analytics. I hope it was informative, somewhat helpful, and thanks for listening.